Yeah, I'm going to talk about the Kent Downs. Yeah, I'm Ian D from Geospatial Insight and wanted to talk about how we can use geospatial intelligence to sort of accelerate the transition to net zero. So a little bit about Geospatial Insight to start with. You've got our kind of project map there, which shows you all the places across the UK we've worked, and you'll see lots of different icons on there because we do work in renewable energy, in EV, in retrofit. So anything to do with that kind of broad umbrella of sustainability, we're interested in, but how we use data, and particularly location-based data, to tackle it. So you see, we were formed in 2012, so we've been around. It's our 10th anniversary this year, so we had a lovely summer barbecue to celebrate, which was great. We're up in the West Midlands in Coles Hill, so it's been a bit of a trek to get here for this. I come from Leicester originally, so big trip down, but it's great to be here, and Coles Hill is a lovely location, nice and central, so we get about and we can see sort of everyone and anyone. But our focus is on using artificial intelligence and machine learning to extract information from geospatial data, and by that I mean satellite imagery, digital mapping, aerial photography, but automating that process. We've got clients across sort of 50 countries, so we don't just work in the UK, but our sustainability work tends to focus in the UK at the moment. We're active in both public and private. We're working with Kent at the moment on a couple of projects looking at solar potential and wind potential across the county. And also, you know, we're working in the private sector with some of the big players now who are looking to sort of convert their operations and pivot to sustainability, so people like Shell and BP as well. Wanted to just give a quick sort of crib sheet on what geospatial intelligence actually is. When we sort of talk about data and tech, those in the data and tech industry can sort of end up getting into all their kind of little terms and acronyms. So just to kind of put that into really sort of simple terms. So what is it? Well, geospatial information or geospatial intelligence is information with an explicit location element. So it's about somewhere, it's about a place, a feature, an asset, a person. But you know, what is it? Well, if you think of a map, it can be a map, so things like a vector, we would call it, which would be a line, a point, a polygon, or it could be a raster. So if you think of a satellite image when you're on Google Earth, that is a raster, something that's made up of pixels. So they're the two kind of core types of geospatial information. And what we're sort of looking at is how do we turn data into an insight? I'll put this kind of little graph on because I think it sort of shows you that data is kind of the bottom of the tree. And then at the top, you've got wisdom. The intelligence comes in sort of in the middle there somewhere where we sort of say, actually, we know enough about something to make a decision about it. So that's what we mean by intelligence. We're not just saying that is a thing. We're saying that is a thing that does another thing that can influence another thing. So it's trying to build that picture up. And I think Ordnance Survey's little catchphrase is everything happens somewhere. And I think that sums geospatial information up perfectly, really, because everything happens somewhere. Some of the work we're doing in renewable energy at the moment, this is Winchester District, 600 square kilometres. We've mapped around 8,000 land parcels for their solar suitability. We've just finished Essex, 40,000 land parcels. We're just doing Kent at the minute, 3,700 square kilometres, all automated and all feeding into climate plans across the local authorities we work with. We do rooftop as well. We've got about 3 million rooftops assessed, and we're launching a national rooftop database next year. And what people really are using this data for is to kind of really do that planning piece, get the data together. If you think about data gathering in the traditional sense, going out in the field, looking at things, maybe manually panning around Google Earth, we're kind of automating that process to get people that information much, much quicker. Doing a lot of work on EV infrastructure at the moment, working with Isle of Wight, with Oxfordshire, a few other local authorities. And obviously there's a big challenge around where we put infrastructure and how much infrastructure we need to facilitate that move to EV transition. What we're sort of helping with is really drilling down on the very granular level to say, you might need a charge point here and it should be this type of charge point. Is it on street? Is it off street? Is it rapid, fast, trickle? And again, we're helping local authorities build their applications to get government funding, and we're getting them that data so they don't have to go out in the field and collect it. So reducing their survey costs, accelerating the intelligence gathering, and importantly with electric vehicles as well, I think the equitable transition to electric vehicles. At the minute, I think we've got that kind of pinch point of the more affluent people are potentially using them. I don't want to stereotype, but that's kind of what the facts and the figures say. How do we get everyone being able to transition to electric vehicles? Also working on property retrofit. This is thermal imagery. Abingdon in Oxfordshire, which lets us look at the roof heat loss profiles of properties. Bringing this data in, we've done a lot of work up to parts of Scotland, right the way down to the south coast as well. And we're sort of trying again to build up a picture of what a property's like without the need to go and visit it. So you can start to make decisions about a property based on the data. What type of building is it? Is it detached? Is it terraced? Is it suitable for solar? Should it be insulated? All of those kinds of information. And really, with the work that we're doing on that, a lot of it's about what's the lowest cost measure I can implement for the biggest impact. And we're helping sort of prioritise those measures. And I think in time, I didn't want to be policed. So that was a very quick whirlwind about some of the things that Geospatial Insights are doing. We're up in the marketplace, tucked towards the fire door at the back, but you will see me in my salmon jumper. So feel free to come and have a chat and ask any questions. Thank you.